What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. So, it looks like we had the weigh in for Paulie Malignaggi versus Adrien Broner today. Both fighters made weight. Paulie Malignaggi weighed in at 146.4, Adrien Broner slightly above at 146.8. And I'm really looking forward to this fight. I can't wait. I have to work, so I have to DVR it and watch it when I get home. But I'm really looking forward to this fight. Like I said, it's a good matchup. There are definite challenges for both fighters. We will have to see how Adrien Broner deals with punches at a higher weight. Even though it's a lighter puncher, it's still a lighter puncher who's been warding off bigger guys, fighting at a heavier weight. Um, People like Cottos and Hattons and whatnot. And Paulie Malignaggi has some of the statistical advantages in terms of his actual measurements. He's a little bit taller, and I think Broner has longer arms. So, like I said, I'm really looking forward to this matchup. I want to see Paulie Malignaggi's challenges are going to be he's older than Broner. Um, he does have a chin, but will he be equipped to deal with Broner's accuracy, speed, and power? And we'll basically see how Broner's power, speed, and accuracy look at a higher weight division. We've seen him at 130, 135. This will be his third weight class that he's trying to get a title in. So we will see. And Paulie Malignaggi is also on a win streak. I don't know if you guys know. So all the people that hate on him say he's a pillow puncher or whatever. But I mean, the guy is still on a win streak. I do think Kano beat him in the fight. If you watch my video, the initial post fight, I did have Kano up. I think maybe 1 round or 2 round, but Kano didn't do himself any favors because he had a very late start, and I thought he came on mid to late rounds, and with the knockdown, I thought he barely edged out a win. But again, just depending how you judged it, I guess you could have Paulie Malignaggi ahead. But in my personal opinion, if I were scoring, I would have had Kano winning that one. So I made my prediction. Like I said, I think Adrien Broner will stop. I don't know if he can knock out Paulie Malignaggi since he's never been knocked out, and Broner is moving up in weight. If he can knock Paulie Malignaggi out, I think that deserves some credit because Cotto went the distance with them. Ricky Hatton, Amir Khan, these guys TKO'd him. So it's not the same as being knocked out cold. So I definitely give Broner props if he moves up 2 weight classes and knocks Paulie Malignaggi out because Paulie Malignaggi has showed a sturdy beard in the past, and again he's jumping up 2 weight classes. The funny thing is, a lot of people use this like, oh, he's a feather-fisted fighter, he doesn't really punch hard, as the end-all be-all to why a fighter should win. And my reason for picking Broner is not solely because Paulie Malignaggi doesn't hit hard. Obviously, you have to factor that in, but people don't realize that jumping up in 2 weight classes, that is, even if you're taking on the weakest champion or someone you feel is a weak champion, that's still a feat. And if it wasn't, then why wouldn't more people do it? There's a lot of weak champions at different divisions, at different times. So why doesn't everyone just jump up in the weight? Because they understand to maintain a different weight takes a different level of training, maybe a different diet. Maybe their bodies don't respond well to adding weight. They have a high metabolism and they can't keep the pounds on. So there's a lot more into it than people give credit. I think Broner's fortunate because I think he's normally a bigger fighter who has to work harder to shave the pounds. But either way, moving up 2 weight classes is not as easy as some people think. If not, then why doesn't like Lucas Matisse move up to 54 to fight Ishe Smith, someone who a lot of people consider a weaker champion? Because Ishe Smith will have some advantages in terms of height, weight, and you don't know how his power is going to look. So a lot of people don't necessarily take that gamble by just automatically jumping up 2 weight classes. Select people have done it. Robert Guerrero, he did it and beat Selçuk Aydin after a long layoff. So I give fighters props for moving up. I mean, if you move up, despite Robert Guerrero, if you look at his frame, obviously he has the frame to easily make welterweight. I mean, he's a pretty tall guy who was fighting at 130s and whatever. And that probably wasn't his natural weight, but he was making it comfortably. He didn't have any issues. So he could have continued doing that, but he challenged himself more, fought the people like Selchuk Idens, the Mayweathers, the Bertos, and it looks like he's going to continue at welterweight. So again, you got to give people props. Um, I've just seen a lot of recent photos. I've showed some on this video. I think Broner's naturally a big dude. Just look at his shoulders, his frame, his neck. I think he's naturally a big dude, so I think that's going to be what's problematic for Paulie Malignaggi. I think Paulie Malignaggi is also kind of buying into his own hype. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but sometimes I feel people say stuff and they repeat it to hype themselves up and to energize themselves and give themselves confidence to believe what they're actually saying. Um, I've seen before the Jessica beef with Adrien Broner and Paulie Malignaggi, before a lot of the more recent interviews, I seen Paulie Malignaggi just doing regular commentary or just other interviews, and he spoke on Broner, and he gave him a lot more praise. He was just like, yeah, he's an up and coming talent. But now, more recently, since it's gotten personal and closer to fight, he's giving him less and less credit. I feel he's like, oh, he hasn't fought nobody. He's fought taxi cab drivers, people that work at Kmart. He's fought bums. You're a bum. He's calling Broner a bum. So it could be just trash talk, but I see Paulie Malignaggi. It looks like Broner might be getting under his skin, and that's not good if he doesn't fight accordingly, because I don't think Paulie Malignaggi has the firepower to do like Timothy Bradley did with Ruslan Provodnikov and make it out alive. So hopefully Malignaggi doesn't go in there with the crazy game plan. I just see Malignaggi losing this one, but he could make it difficult early for Broner. And that's really my thoughts. If you want my full prediction, watch the video and the video responses. Other than that, I'm looking forward to a great fight card. I want to see Seth Mitchell versus Jonathan Banks. Bika's on there. If you guys haven't seen my interview with Jonathan Banks, heavyweight, real nice dude, out of the Kronk gym, the late great Emmanuel Stewart. He's worked with the Klitschko's. Real good dude. Check the video responses. Check out that. Let me know what you guys think. Really looking forward to this card entirely. And as always, I will give you guys my post-fight commentary. Let me know what you guys think of this fight. Broner versus Malignaggi. Who wins? How does it end? As always, hate, comment, or subscribe. Till next video, it's Ego signing off.